What's up, guys? This is Hussein Jabai, aka Hussein Jabai Fitness, on the gram. Today I wanted to talk to you really quick about how to achieve the perfect deadlift. Check it out. So today I want to go over the 10 cues, kind of like a checklist that I use to get the perfect deadlift. So really quick, I'm going to show you a deadlift that I did 600 pounds at 250 pounds body weight. Check it out.
Mom!
Stand up!
So the first thing that I check would be my stance, my foot position according to the bar. When you step up, you want to make sure, I personally make sure I divide my foot in half, and then from there estimate because of the bar path and because of your structure. Number 2 would be your grip. This is, how you grip the bar, how you approach the bar. And personally for me, I like more of a narrow grip just because of my structure. And it depends on you, whether you do hook grip, you do alternative grip or alternated grip, whatever the hell you like to call it. And just determine the grip that's best for you. So the third thing, after you've approached the bar, you set your feet, you grip the bar, the next thing you want to do is pull yourself to the bar. Don't think of pulling the weight to you, pull yourself down to the bar and get into that leverage advantage. So the fourth thing would be tucking your lats into your pocket. This is one thing many individuals don't do. Most individuals will actually turn and retract their scapula fully and then actually hyperextend their back, which you don't want to do. And I actually have a video covering this, demonstrating this, that I will link below. So make sure after you grip the bar, after you've set your feet, you actually tuck your lats into your pocket. That way, you'll get the best bang for your buck as far as technique and mechanics goes. So the fifth thing would be keeping a neutral spine. I don't want you completely bent over, and don't be hyperextended. So many people are hyperextended or have the curvature of their back. That's very bad as far as loading the weight on the deadlift. Now with that being said, with your head, most individuals when they start lifting, they start looking up. That's one thing you don't want to do, and you don't want to look straight down to where you're going to cramp up. You don't want to look straight up where you're going to end up pulling something in your traps. Personally for me, regardless of how your body is bent, if you're bent over 45 degrees or whatever, as far as approaching the deadlift, how you leverage yourself, just keep your head straight. So if you're bent 45 degrees, continue to look straight and let your head go with your body. That way, if someone put a ruler on your back where your head attaches, it's going to be a straight path. So step number 6 would be bracing your core. What this means is right before you lift, not only taking a deep breath, but kind of flexing and tensing your core. That way you have that structure, because your core is your foundation, and your core actually works in a 360 degrees all the way around your structure. So if you don't take a deep breath, if you don't brace your core, you're gonna initiate the lift and actually start bent over. And that's what most individuals don't understand, is when you're lifting and you see that cat back or whatever you want to call it, where they're completely slouched over, is their core isn't strong enough to maintain position and structure throughout the lift. Guys, so step number 7 would be loading your hamstrings. As you're tucking your lats into your pockets, you're pulling yourself into the bar. As you're bracing your core, you actually want to load the hamstrings. That way you get the potential energy. You don't have that immediate, your hips don't shoot up. And that's one thing individuals don't realize, is when your hips shoot up as you approach and execute the deadlift, this is poor hamstring development. This is poor hamstring strength. You're not bracing the hamstrings, therefore your hamstrings aren't able to maintain the structure, and so you're basically going to have to stiff leg throughout the movement. Guys, so step number 8 would be pushing the floor away from you. Lots of people think, okay, it's a pulling movement. Guess what? That's wrong, guys. Even though you're in the leverage of kind of like not really a squat, it's more of a pulling, it's more of a lower back and just back and hamstring movement in general. You want to think of pushing the floor away from you, kind of utilize it like a leg press. And that's one thing I like to tell people is you're putting yourself in a mechanical advantage based on how you approach the deadlift, because face it, you can leg press way more than you can squat due to the leverage. And that's the leverage you want to put yourself into, and then think about pushing the floor down and away from you as you execute the deadlift. Alright guys, so the ninth thing would be keeping your chest up. I like to tell individuals, hey, I want to be able to read what's on your shirt as you're performing the deadlift. Why? If you're tucking your lats into your pocket, like I said, mentioned on another step, you're rotating your shoulders and look, your chest comes up. This is what, it's not really something where, hey, it's gonna, make or break you, but you definitely want to think of tying a string to your chest. And as you lift, you're pulling the string up. So you want to keep your chest up, and this will help you just maintain structure. You're not really tensing anything, just tensing your lats will do this. But it's a good cue if your chest is not up, something's got to be out of whack. Therefore, if you do this, you will get the best bang for your buck as far as technique and mechanics goes when performing the deadlift. Guys, so the 10th and final thing would be accelerating your hips forward. This is the one thing that I don't see people do. Some people don't even lock out their hips. For powerlifting, it's one of the key points that judges look for to determine whether it was a good or bad lift. With that being said, to lock out the lift, you have to accelerate your hips forward. Now, the faster you can push your hips forward, the faster you're going to lift and lock out the weight. So that's one cue. Once you get it past your knees, just think hips forward, and it will help you drastically as far as executing the deadlift. Alright guys, that was my checklist of the top 10 cues that I use to perform the deadlift. Like I said, I also have a demonstrational video I can link in the description below. If you like videos like this, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments, feel free to comment below. If you want to shoot me a direct message, feel free to send me an email at HusseinJabiFitness@gmail.com. I appreciate you watching the video. Go execute the deadlift on point. Until next time, guys, have a blessed day and stay swole. And we're